The article argues that meaningful political representation for animals requires questioning the deeply anthropocentric foundations of modern democracy. The core problem is not just cruelty but the structural design or democracy itself, which is built on a rigid divide between humans and animals. By treating animals as non-subjects beings without rationality, politics or agency, democratic systems reduce them to mere property. This legal and institutional erasure enables systematic exploitation across sectors such as agriculture, entertainment, transport, and research. The article highlights that animals are not a single homogeneous category but a diverse set of living beings with unique needs, vulnerabilities, and moral claims. Representation, therefore, should not be about giving animals human-like rights such as voting, but about formally embedding their interests in policymaking through guardians or fiduciary institutions. These institutions, similar to children's rights bodies or environmental regulators, would act as trustees whose sole mandate is to articulate animal interests in legislative and administrative processes. The author argues that majoritarian democracy cannot represent animals because they have no electoral, economic, or lobbying power. Hence, non-majoritarian institutions with constitutional protection, operational independence, and scientific expertise are necessary. These bodies must function proactively, ensuring protection before harm occurs, and they must remain immune to political capture. Examples such as the Supreme Court constituted Committee for Elephants show that poorly designed or weakly accountable institutions fail in practice, leading to continued suffering. Therefore, robust institutional design becomes critical. The article suggests multi-level structures, advisory councils in the executive, dedicated parliamentary subcommittees, non-voting expert representatives, and mandatory animal impact assessments for all relevant policies. These mechanisms should follow clear, rule-based procedures to prevent personal bias or political interference. Strong accountability is essential, including independent audits, transparent decision-making, mandatory publication or welfare assessments, and consultation with diverse stakeholders. Reforms must be gradual, starting with pilot projects like urban planning impact reviews. Funding can come from redirecting harmful subsidies, and public education can build social acceptance. Overall, institutionalizing animal representation is portrayed not as a moral luxury, but as a democratic deepening, ensuring that vulnerable beings who cannot speak are still accounted for within a just and responsible political system.